Stellantis is in deep trouble. Their brand new top-of-the-line Ram and Jeep trucks are reportedly self-destructing, some with less than 1,000 miles on the odometer. At the heart of the crisis is the new Hurricane engine, a motor meant to replace the legendary Hemi V8. But owners are being left stranded, and the company is staying silent. In the next few minutes, you will learn the full story they don't want you to see. The promise of a legend killer. The promise, a legend killer. To understand the depth of this betrayal, you have to understand the promise. For decades, the 5.7-liter Hemi V8 wasn't just an engine. Aye, it was the soul of Ram, Jeep, and Dodge. It was powerful, beloved, and for the most part, bulletproof. But the automotive world is changing. Facing relentless pressure from emissions regulations and growing demand for better fuel economy, Stellantis declared the Hemi era over. Its replacement, the 3.80-liter twin-turbocharged Hurricane Inline-6. The marketing campaign was an absolute hype machine. Stellantis wasn't just swapping engines in its most profitable vehicles, like the Ram 1500 and Jeep Wagoneer. It was launching a new era of technological dominance. They promised the impossible, the thunderous power of a V8 with the efficiency of a V6. On paper, the spec sheets were undeniably impressive. The standard output version delivered 420 horsepower and 469 lb-ft of torque, while the high output model was the true showstopper, boasting 540 horsepower and 521 lb-ft of torque, numbers that immediately put it at the top of its class. Engine specs and technical breakdown. This engine was presented as a technical masterpiece. It featured a deep skirt cast aluminum block, a structural oil pan, a forged steel crankshaft, and, on the high output version, forged aluminum pistons. It was engineered to be everything a modern truck or SUV buyer could want: more power, more torque, and better fuel economy than the icon it was replacing. The promise was clear: a no-compromise engine to power the future of America's most beloved brands. The nightmare begins. Owner horror stories, but almost as soon as these vehicles hit the streets, a disturbing story began to emerge from the very people who had just spent $60,000, $70,000, or even $80,000 on their new trucks. The excitement of the showroom floor quickly faded, replaced by the glow of warning lights. Owner forums and social media groups for the new Ram 1500 and Jeep Wagoneer began filling up with troubling stories. To be clear, there is no official public study proving a fleet-wide failure rate. However, the sheer volume of anecdotal evidence from owners is forming a pattern of failures that is difficult to ignore. The recurring complaints are consistent: sudden overheating, violent misfires, dashboards lit up with warning lights, and complete loss of power. One driver of a brand new 2025 Ram 1500, with only a few hundred miles on the odometer, was cruising down the highway when the truck suddenly overheated and died, leaving them stranded. The excitement of their new $60,000 truck ended on the back of a tow truck. This is not an isolated case. An owner of a 2023 Jeep Wagoneer reported their vehicle suddenly refusing to shift gears, followed by a cascade of oil pressure and engine overheating warnings, forcing them to pull over and call for a tow. These are not minor glitches or new car quirks. They are serious engine-related failures happening on vehicles that are, for all intents and purposes, brand new. The Achilles heel, the thermostat controversy. So, what is going wrong? While any new engine launch can have early issues, the consistency of these owner complaints points to one potential weak point: the cooling system, and more specifically, the thermostat. The thermostat is a simple but vital component, the gatekeeper of engine temperature, regulating coolant flow to maintain optimal operating conditions. If it fails in the open position, the engine runs too cool. If it fails closed, coolant flow stops entirely, and the engine can overheat rapidly, leading to warped cylinder heads, blown head gaskets, or seized engine. Based on a large number of anecdotal reports and leaked service documents, this appears to be exactly what's happening in a growing number of Hurricane-powered vehicles. The issue became prominent enough that Stellantis addressed it, not through a public recall, but through internal documents sent to dealers. A customer satisfaction notification was reportedly issued around June 2024 for certain Jeep models, followed by a more formal technical service bulletin, TSB, covering 2022-2024 Jeep Wagoneer, and Grand Wagoneer models equipped with the Hurricane engine. Reports indicate the TSB acknowledges an engine overheated warning message caused by a faulty thermostat. The danger of ignored warning lights. This pattern creates an environment of uncertainty for owners. A check engine light could indicate a serious mechanical issue, or it could be a minor software bug. One owner described a persistent check engine light that the dealer reset, only for it to return. The reported advice from the service department was that as long as the light wasn't flashing, it was likely safe to continue driving, an unsettling response for a vehicle representing a major financial investment. The silence. Stellantis' corporate strategy. This brings us to the core issue, and the reason many customers feel let down. It isn't a specific statement or a misleading advertisement. For many owners, it's the lack of communication from Stellantis. As of mid-2026, despite widespread owner complaints and internal service bulletins acknowledging these issues, Stellantis has not issued a broad public safety recall for the Hurricane engine's cooling system problems. Instead, the company has relied on a quieter approach: technical service bulletins and customer satisfaction notifications. TSBs versus recalls? What's the difference? Technical service bulletins are reactive rather than proactive. They instruct dealers to perform a specific repair only when a customer reports a specific symptom. This approach allows a manufacturer to manage costs and avoid the broader public attention that comes with a full-scale recall. From a consumer standpoint, though, this can feel frustrating. Without a formal recall, the responsibility of discovering a potential defect largely falls on individual owners, who may not learn their vehicle has an issue until it actually occurs. Financial pressure and warranty costs. Stellantis' own financial disclosures reflect the pressure it's under. In early 2026, the company reported full year 2025 results that included charges of roughly 2.2 to 2.4 billion euros tied to a broader strategic shift, including adjustments to how it estimates future warranty costs. This suggests the company is aware that warranty expenses are rising, which may factor into decisions about issuing large-scale recalls. Marketing versus reality. Meanwhile, Stellantis has continued its marketing efforts, including a recent campaign emphasizing choice across its gas, hybrid, and electric lineup. For customers dealing with an overheating Hurricane engine, that messaging can feel disconnected from their actual ownership experience. Conclusion: a storm that tested trust. So, in summary, a new engine launched with major promises, a pattern of early failures at surprisingly low mileage, and a corporate response that has largely avoided public acknowledgement. The Hurricane engine was positioned as the future for Ram and Jeep. For a number of owners, it has instead become a serious test of their trust in the brand. The plastic parts problem. The key question is why this part is failing. Many independent mechanics and industry observers point to a specific design choice: the use of plastic or polymer components in the thermostat assembly. In a high-compression twin-turbo engine that generates significant heat, thermal management is critical. For decades, performance engines have relied on robust metallic thermostat housings. While polymer components are common in modern engines, questions remain about whether using plastic in this high-stress application was a cost-cutting compromise. The concern is that under the Hurricane's intense heat cycles, these plastic parts may become brittle, crack, or deform, leading to failure. One circulating service document reportedly referenced a failure of the thermostat's ball valve drive pin due to contamination, a small part with the potential to disable an entire engine. Warning signs. Owners missed. Many owners report receiving little to no warning before engine damage occurred. The temperature gauge is often described as slow to respond, meaning that by the time a driver notices the needle spike, the engine may have already sustained damage. One owner reported their engine was ultimately destroyed even after 2 separate thermostat replacements, suggesting the original overheating event had already caused irreversible harm. Stellantis has reportedly issued updated part numbers for the component, a quiet acknowledgement that the original design had shortcomings. The dealership bottleneck. A serious engine failure on a new vehicle is stressful enough. That stress multiplies when the dealership seems unable to resolve the issue. For many Hurricane owners, the service department has become a source of ongoing frustration. One of the most common responses from dealers is "could not duplicate." An owner's truck breaks down, gets towed in, and days later they're told technicians found nothing wrong, often because these overheating or misfire issues can be intermittent. If the check engine light resets on its own, some customers report being sent home with no repair performed, driving a vehicle they believe could fail again. Parts, shortages, and long wait times. Even when a dealer does identify the problem, the process is far from over. Numerous owners report significant shortages of replacement parts. Diagnosing a failed thermostat is one thing. Actually obtaining one is another. Owners describe waiting weeks, and in some cases months, for parts such as thermostats, turbochargers, and even full replacement engines. While supply chain issues can affect any new vehicle line, the scale of these delays suggests Stellantis may have brought the Hurricane engine to market without adequate part support in place. This leaves customers making full monthly payments on vehicles that may sit unusable on a dealer's lot for extended periods with no clear repair timeline. Unverified reports from individuals claiming to be Stellantis technicians have also circulated online, describing a notable percentage of new Hurricane-equipped vehicles requiring repairs before ever being sold, and a difficult diagnostic process for persistent misfire codes. Taken together, these accounts point to a rollout that may not have been fully prepared for the demands of the market. Software and electrical issues. The problems extend beyond mechanical failures. Alongside overheating engines and misfiring cylinders, owners report a pattern of software glitches and electrical issues, suggesting broader quality control concerns. Owners of 2025 and 2026 Ram 1500 models report frequent issues with the Uconnect infotainment system. Screens that freeze, fail to connect with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, or display error messages that disappear on their own. Instrument cluster issues and random language switches. Some owners report digital instrument clusters malfunctioning, and multiple accounts describe the vehicle's language settings switching unexpectedly, occasionally to Italian, a nod to Stellantis' Fiat heritage. Drivers also report dashboards lighting up with warnings for ABS, traction control, and four-wheel drive systems with no underlying fault detected. Some describe unexplained battery drain overnight. A small number of unverified online reports even mention vehicle fires linked to suspected electrical issues.